Hello. Okay, so I loved your video. You've given me so much to think about and you were exactly on the right track. I also appreciate that it's slow work. I think very few things remaining in our lives are slow work, and it's quite meaningful when it is that painstaking of a process. So even though it's a struggle, I hope it's a happy struggle for you. I love the baseline that you've come up with. It's wonderful. You've got such a sensitivity to harmony, to color, to direction. I was thinking about it quite a lot, and I have a few points of feedback. The very first is that I love your choice of the C sharp. Completely works. Another option is just to leave the pickup empty and just have the 5-1 scale degree 5 to scale degree 1 only in the soprano. So that's one option. Another option to keep it with the C sharp as you have. Yet another option might be to start with a half step pull. Something like that. If you look later on in the piece, it's just absolutely peppered with these half step motions. I believe, let me pull up the score, something like, look at measure 10 and measure 11. So many half steps and tritones all over the place. So if you want to squeeze more of that half step motion into the bass early on, I think it's quite appropriate. You did try once. And then you made a funny face because it was so dissonant. I actually quite like that A sharp there because it keeps the precedent for that half step. And since we're going back up to scale degree 1, it's nice to have it raised in minor. So it gives it extra grit, it gives it extra dissonance, but I quite like it. So anyway, here are a few options that I've been playing with after ruminating on your solution. Let's try the first one, keeping the C sharp pickup as you have it. Okay, that reminds me, the other thing I might toddle with a little bit, tinker with a little bit. At the end of the first measure, I somehow don't hear that open perfect fifth as being quite complete enough for my soul. I'm not convinced that it's a 5-3 chord, a root position sonority. Well, we would call it root position. So I'm a little bit more tempted to have some sixths and thirds in the sonority. So that's why I was trying that. Something like that. To have that third in the picture. So that's one option. Here is another option, starting instead on A sharp. That one's definitely more adventurous, and it keeps the contour of just that upward contour. So starting with a nice half step, said that I wanted some motion there. And then because of this, I tried, what if we do contrary motion? And then we could keep it simple, we could keep it plain. Yum, bum, bum. Or we could continue that upward motion. And then we have that momentary half step grit. Okay, so let's try that, and I'll go on just a little bit. Oops, sorry. Here we go. So there this is very messy. I'm not exactly with anything, but just to give you a rough idea, there I was continuing that that seed of the upward motion by step. And I'll open the score. We find that as we go on, that really works for the upcoming melody. So I'll do the pickup to measure 2. This is clearly some kind of cadence. So what better way to approach that than... And then here I'm just filling out the chord. Okay, now it looks like in measure 3, we've got a sequence happening. So, beautiful singing. I'm just kidding. And then I decided to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going up to the 3rd there. Okay, so that's just a whole bunch of thoughts to throw your way. I really like what you're doing. Keep the C sharp, keep that idea. When you are stuck with just a perfect open 5th, make sure that it's very deliberate. So I guess that's one of the most concrete pieces of advice I have. Don't be afraid of the half-step dissonance in this movement, and do be a little bit wary of having too many perfect open sonorities. Use them sparingly, they're very effective. But check the implications they have for what's coming next. You are completely on the right track. I love what you're doing. I love how you're hearing things and approaching them. So keep at it, and I look forward to hearing more.